Hello, beautiful souls. My name is Dr. Rebecca Sullivan. This meditation is sponsored by the Awake Academy. Today, we are going to do a meditation on manifestation. As you know, this is a very popular subject. We are manifesting 24/7. However, during this meditation, I'm going to be guiding you through a slightly different process to manifestation. We are all omnipresent, which basically means that we are a spark that comes from the same light, the same force, the same electricity, the universal Kundalini. So, when we manifest, oftentimes we manifest with the notion that we are separate. We are separate than everything that is, and it ultimately is harder to manifest under that energy set. When I was in Costa Rica, I misjudged time when I was in San Jose. I had to catch an airplane from San Jose back to America, and I was sitting in a coffee shop and I realized I was an hour behind schedule. So I quickly needed to get an Uber. That Uber had to get there within the next 15 minutes for sure. Normally, I don't have a problem with that, but this particular time, I think the stress and anxiety and tension that I was putting out in the universe actually caused the opposite effect. The Ubers were on delay. So I quickly had to center myself. Take a deep breath and say, I am one with everything. I am one with the Uber drivers out there. So I simply went into that whole energy knowing that I was one with everything. Imagined myself as an Uber driver getting the call from me to come and get me. In less than a minute, I was able to get a ride to the airport. It was absolutely phenomenal. So what we're going to do today is we're going to manifest by letting go and releasing what it is that you need to let go of. I believe that a large part of manifesting, or rather everything about manifesting, is letting go of our perceived separateness or attachments that may be preventing that manifestation. Perceived attachments to rules, programs, beliefs, material things, people, situations. Those are all things that we need to let go of in our highest and best interest with ease and grace in order to allow the universe to show up for us in the way it needs to. Truly, manifestation is about frequency. And I know a lot of people will tell you to think thoughts and reaffirm those thoughts. And that is amazing because thoughts do have frequency. When you think something, if you're thinking about how much you love someone, that's a high frequency. If you're thinking about how guilty you feel in reference to something happening, that's a low frequency. So thoughts do produce frequency, and frequency is the ultimate way that we manifest. Let's say, for all intensive purposes, that the frequency of unconditional love, compassion, gratitude, appreciation, those frequencies that we feel when we know that we are one with everything, let's give that a radio station of 104.5. That is the frequency that's going to get through that radio station of 104.5. Those higher frequencies, the waves are lighter, they're faster. Now let's go into frequencies that may block us from manifestation, such as guilt, doubt, shame, fear, self-loathing, all of our shadow energies. Let's give those frequencies a radio station of 57.5. If you want to manifest something instantaneously, it needs to be through a high frequency. Think of a hologram. It needs to be able to pass through the energy effortlessly and easily, very fast. Getting more in detail, when you're in the frequency of unconditional love, gratitude, appreciation, forgiveness, compassion, you're going into that 0 point frequency, which essentially defies the laws of time. So things tend to go through torsion fields and are not ruled by space and time, which then really create an instantaneous manifestation. talk about synchronicities, that is the best way to manifest. But if you're going into those lower frequencies of 57.5, guilt, doubt, shame, fear, that is a very stuck, stagnant, heavy weighted frequency to manifest through. Not only that, your manifestations will go from your brain of being, I want the most beautiful things for myself in life. They pass through the lower frequencies of that guilt, doubt, shame, and fear. And then they are tainted with that guilt, doubt, shame, and fear. So your manifestations don't turn out the way that you thought they would in your brain. That is why you hear people say, my manifestations don't work. Because you need to think frequency. So if you're trying to manifest through a frequency of 104.5, you cannot turn the radio station to 57.5. We've got to keep that radio station at 104.5. So how do we do that? There are many, many different ways to do that. We talk about that in the Awake Academy a lot. A lot of the Awake Academy is working on your shadow energies, integrating them with your light, dancing through them, residing in the field of the heart, knowing that we are all that is. And I've seen some beautiful results. For this meditation, what we're going to do is we are going to release you from the lower frequencies by letting go of attachments, situations, people, programs, beliefs that are no longer serving you. All of this is about surrender and trust. You're listening to this meditation because you know there's something to this quote unquote spirituality work. You're here right now. So trust yourself that you're here for a reason and that this stuff is real. You are connected to all that is. You are part of the unconditional love and the beautiful life force that created us. You're part of that. You're part of creation. If you're part of creation, you're part of magic and miracles. Just think about the way things are, how we're beautifully weaved in and out of each other. That's magic. That's miracles. And you're part of that. You're part of that life force that created all of this. You're here on this planet right now because you know this about yourself and you are ready to take your life to a different level. Okay, so to begin, I want you to think about some of the things that you know that you need to let go of. And when I say this, I don't mean you're not going to love your spouse, your family, your kids. I don't mean that. What I mean is that you're ready to let go of that personal responsibility of making sure that everything is okay, that you put on yourself as a separate being than the universe. I have to take on everybody else's problems for them to be okay. I have to act like this to be a good mother, to be a good father, to be a good wife, to be a good husband, to be a good friend, to be a good sister. I need to do this in society to be accepted. All of your burdens in life, whether it be situations, events, material things, health, relationships, you can let go of them with unconditional love and free them. And what you're doing is you are giving these quote unquote problems that you think you have into the frequency, into that fabric of creation of all that is. And what the universe will do, it'll take that stuck, stagnant energy because you've just given it that frequency of 104.5, which is the all that is unconditional love, life force, creation energy. You've just given all your problems that energy, and they have no choice but to transmute, to alchemize. That is how you alchemize. But in order for that to happen, you have to let it go. And what that means is you have to say, this is beyond me. I'm done. I'm no longer doing these behaviors that I used to do Because, hey, the definition of insanity by Albert Einstein, doing the same thing over and over and expecting the same results. But your responsibility is when you let this go, you behaviorally cannot worry about it or do the same actions that you were doing before. So, in essence, you have to actually believe what you are saying, what you are thinking. You have to believe that you're omnipresent, that you're one with everything. And if you're one with everything, if you're already the fabric of creation, of all that is, of unconditional love, you're protected and you're safe. So, one of the biggest things I see in my Awake Academy with students is they will do energy work. They'll let go of something. They do beautiful sessions with one another, but then they get caught up with the behavioral stuff, which we work a lot on that in the academy in conjunction with the energy work. So, for example, let's say that you're letting go of martyring. I pay all of my 26-year-old's bills because if I don't, I'm scared he or she is not going to make it in life. But you don't want to. In your mind, you're like, this is stressful. I don't want to do this anymore. So we do this meditation. You say, I'm giving this to that beautiful fabric of all that is with unconditional love, and I'm letting it go. There are many reasons why you are martyring. It's not just because that 26-year-old girl or boy needs your help. There's something about you that also believes that in order to be a good mother or father, that you will do this for your child. And maybe even you're used to feeling self-sacrifice or burden as a part of love. So you're not only healing that person that you're letting go of, the martyring, you're healing yourself. So we go through this beautiful meditation. You let go of this. You're feeling excellent. You're vibrating at a high frequency. Now, what is your responsibility? You have to then take that first step of saying, I'm done. And maybe that looks like, I'll pay your bills for the next week, 2 weeks, or even a month. But then after that, I'm done. And then you need to be willing to let go of the outcome. I have done this so many times in my life, and it is nothing but miraculous. That courage, that surrender, that letting go of, and the trust is life-saving. Because what you're doing is you're saying to the universe, I'm all in. I am all in. You are investing in that universal energy. When the universe feels your frequency of 100% investment, which is the frequency, if you 100% invest in the universe and you say, I trust this, I surrender into this, that is very high frequency energy. That is that 104.5 energy. And then the universe, once again, has no choice but to give you that full investment back. Now, let's say that you only half believe this. And you say to the universe, yeah, I'll do the meditation, I'll do the energy work, but I'm not sure if I let go of martyring, if everybody here is going to survive. So you do the meditation and you don't do anything about it. You don't make that behavioral change of making that phone call or talking to in person to the person and saying, I have to let go. I have to let you take care of yourself. Then what happens is you're still in that guilt, doubt, shame, martyring energy. Even though you've just done the meditation, your frequency is saying, I'm still at that 57.5 frequency. So the universe cannot give you the 104.5 manifestations if you're still in that 57.5 frequency. So it's going to be your responsibility to do something different when you're done listening to this meditation. And you can listen to this meditation as many times as you want. You can start off as small as you want. Okay, now let's get to the meditation. Okay, everyone. Take a strong, deep breath, and remembering that your breath is one with the universal life force breath. The prana of everything that exists, your life force, your breath weaves in and out of the life force of the entire planet, the universe, and everything that exists. You're navigating through duality, humanity, the angelic and the galactical forces. But it is your mothership, the field of your heart, that is your command center. The cool thing about the mothership, it does not think with the brain. The brain is way too limited for the intelligence of the mothership. So it's time to get off the hamster wheel. Take a strong, deep breath. Allow your consciousness and your awareness to go through your throat chakra and into the field of your heart. Sometimes it may be easier if you put your hand on the field of your heart. Your hand is very powerful. It has imprints of all of the chakras in it. Allow your consciousness and your awareness to go and connect with the hand, which is on the field of the heart. You can also think of a time, a moment, an instant where you felt compassion, forgiveness, unconditional love, or gratitude. And when you go into that instant, that moment, you're automatically brought to the field of the heart. Take a strong, deep breath and go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into that command center. So deep that you notice it's very quiet, very still. You take a deep breath, you drop your shoulders. All of a sudden, you have a sigh of relief. You feel safe in this stillness, in this oneness, as though the world around you has just pushed pause. Because essentially, it has. So you're in your field of the heart and you stretch your arms, you give your body a nice stretch. You take another strong deep breath. You look around and you see your command chair. This is a really nice looking command chair. It was built just for you. What color is your chair? What type of fabric is it? That is that universal frequency of all that is. You lovingly sit in the chair, and as you allow yourself to sit in your command center chair, the chair in your mothership, you notice that all of the perceived aches and pains within your physical body just seem to leave. As you can become part of that universal essence, you notice that you feel quite expansive, as though you are the universe. So you could think about anywhere in the universe and go there, but you're always still in the field of the heart. You're always still in that mothership chair, even though you could transport to somewhere else with just a thought. What you notice is that when you're in this command center, you're in your mothership, you're sitting in the chair, and part of this oneness and stillness, that when you think of somewhere you want to be, or somebody, or someplace, or something that you want to create, it feels almost instantaneous because it's not manifesting through shadow energies. And when you realize this, you get this big, beautiful smile, like you've just found out a secret that someone had been keeping your entire life. And with this knowledge, you go even deeper and deeper and deeper into your command center chair. And as you go deeper into your command center chair, you're going deeper into the seed of your authentic, unique, individual self, the individual you that is part of that light of all that is. What's really cool about the command center is you already know how to use it. There may be buttons everywhere, controls, but you just know what to do. So you take your all-seeing hand, which could be the right or left hand, and you flip on the light, and you're amazed at the simplicity yet complexity of your command center. It's simple because you know how to do it, but everything's there that you could possibly ever need. So you take the knob that turns on the command screen and you turn it on. And on this screen, you're going to put the things that you want to let go of so that you can get into the highest frequency of manifestation, the frequency of all that is. So think about your life and remember the things you let go of. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. It means that you want to love them in the best way possible. Self-love is the most important essence. You can only love someone as much as what you love yourself. You cannot love someone else more than you love yourself. And so you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the realization of this. This is about you. Your journey on earth is about you. How to find your joy, your freedom, and your happiness. And through your journey of finding that for yourself, others will find it too. It must start with you. And as you realize this, things just start populating on the screen. All the relationships you need to let go of, all the situations that may be toxic that you need to let go of, all the programs, beliefs, everything that is no longer serving you, even things that your subconscious mind is aware of that your conscious mind isn't, is appearing on the screen. Everything that you need to let go of to manifest what you need, the command center is finding that for you and populating it. You get the feeling as though the most loving people are standing around you. And then you realize it's not necessarily people, it's frequency and energy that easily can manifest into other people, but it's a representation of all that love and protection that you are already part of. You're basking in it. You're in a space where you know that you are more than okay, that you are in your divine essence, and that you can create your heaven on earth because that's what you are here to do. All of a sudden, your right hand index finger starts to light up. Take your right hand index finger and put it on the bridge of your nose, at the top of the bridge of your nose. If you were to go up a bit, you would be in the center of the forehead. It seems to be very weighted, your finger does. meaning that you can feel the weight of your finger on your forehead, on the bridge of your nose. And what it's doing is it's activating the third eye. That big, beautiful eye in the middle of your forehead is opening and activating. More importantly, the right side of your index finger is the divine masculine energy, and the left side is the divine feminine energy. Your attention is drawn to the divine masculine energy as you take a deep breath and go into that and everything it means. Protection and safety, strength and power. And that energy starts to spin counterclockwise. The whole right side of you, the energy field, starts to spin counterclockwise. And what it's doing as it's spinning counterclockwise, it is releasing any of the shadow energies, that guilt, doubt, shame, fear, programming that is no longer serving you, into the field of all it is to be alchemized and transmuted. Let yourself go deep into this experience as you are centered into the field of all that is. If you choose, you can take your finger away from your forehead or the bridge of your nose. The mark is still there. You're still grounded into this experience. And now you notice the left side of your body, the divine feminine, the joyfulness of her, playfulness, flexibility, nurturing, that innocence and purity. What a relief. And then you notice the left side starts to spin clockwise. And as she spins clockwise, she's releasing any of the energy of guilt, doubt, shame, fear, any of the shadow energies that you are possessing, releasing them in reference to what you want to create. Let them go freely. You might even want to stretch out your arms as to say, thank you, let go, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go, and let the two torsion fields of energy work together. What you may notice is your body may be rocking back and forth. It could be making some sort of movement. Let the movement free. Let yourself do what you need to do. Surrender into it. Surrender into the breath. Surrender into the experience. All of a sudden, as you breathe, you're realizing the breath is coming from inside out. You are the breath. The force is so strong. Kind of reminds you of being at a waterfall and how it feels when you're breathing in the air as the water is crashing down. It is ions of energy, electrical impulses, electromagnetic frequencies of all that is recalibrating your entire existence on an etheric, emotional, mental, physical level. Everything is recalibrating. And just let yourself bask in this oneness as you're letting go of attachments to people, things, situations, programs, beliefs, fears, just letting it all go. There are no rules. Being in the field of your heart, being a part of the seed of who you are, you trust yourself. You trust what you're guided to do. You trust your feelings. You decide at this moment to pay attention to this internal compass for the rest of your life. All of a sudden, your throat chakra just flies open as you're given permission to speak, act, and be your truth. Now you're going to give a big yawn as you're purging these energies that are no longer useful. Go ahead and give me a big yawn. And release through the tailbone. Really, really, really good. And now, all of a sudden, the screen disappears as everything is alchemized and transmuted. And it's like you're in a 4D theater where you are experiencing your creation while you're in it. What it is that you want to create, knowing that you're already part of that creation. You're already one with your manifestation. It's already done. You just have to believe it. You have to be in the frequency of it. And you realize how amazing it is to be in this frequency. Trust what you are experiencing. What are you feeling, seeing, knowing about what it is you're going to create in your reality? Once again, it's more than just a creation. Because it's done, you're just allowing yourself to experience it. So bring forth those experiences that you desire, knowing that they're already out there, but what you need to do is witness it. Witness it in the 4D. I call this reverse engineering, and we learn this in Awake, where you're pulling it from the field of it being done into the frequency that you're in now in the 3D reality. Your hands may want to do some movements with this. Let your body do what it needs to do as you're bringing this reality into the field of the heart, into the mothership, into this precious chamber. What you notice without even visualizing what you just brought in for yourself, because not everybody's visual, but you can be. You notice the frequency of the reality that you are in, that you've created, that you've remembered, that you've allowed yourself to experience. It's the frequency of that 104.5, the frequency of unconditional love, gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, joy, laughter, freedom. Speaking of freedom, allow yourself to fly. This movement is going to help your body, your mind, your soul. We all have those etheric angel wings that sometimes feel stuck in our back. Now they are coming out. They're saying, okay, it's your time to fly. However, angels move their wings by expanding the field of the heart. As you allow the field of your heart to expand towards what you want to go to, the wings will start flapping and flying there. And as you do this, your body may start to make movements of flying as your heart opens and expands and becomes one with everything that you've ever wanted. Your body's flying toward that. It's very important that our physical bodies are part of this process. Good job. Now take a deep breath. Allow your consciousness and awareness to remain in the field of the heart, but grounding all of your energies into this reality. Taking a deep breath, knowing that you're still protected, that you're still safe, that this is always accessible to you. And you want to have gratitude for this whole entire process. You want to say, thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you so much for joining me in this meditation on how to manifest and how to live. Really live your life in joy. If you are interested in watching a video on how to get into the frequency of the 0 point, a little bit about the Awake Academy, listening to a 0 point meditation, and getting an ebook, then you simply just go to my website, www.awake.school. That's www.awake.school, and enjoy. I'm going to finish by giving you a starseed activation. Just relax. Arishkashko moshugata seklamashkati sikamote semalashko sikataka, shkolashko biskamoti nina shkalashkati skitamate, ashwishko. Apostikalata kamoshkati simitela, shkati sunune sekatani shikata, orishko monde sina balashko sindo conte, orishko sinne kapote mina shkatask. Arishkaskotamina kasa. Arishkaskamote sinashkati sumote sikimina kala. Arashkomo no sete kashkanina, oshpola shmo sete mede.